conversation anymore. You're arguing. No, it's not, because you know what? Oh.
Behaving like the people who are despicable would be leading that type of rhetoric.
Nice misspeak, fucking retard. Slow down.
Denying every single bad thing. How many times as a liberal? How many times as a liberal have you been on a show? Not you in general, but like a liberal been on a show and you've been forced to disavow all the BLM riots, disavow all the violence and blah blah blah, and then you talk to conservatives about January 6th.
Violence.
That was
That's
false
good.
flag.
Yeah.
January 6th. Oh, like conservatives disavow January 6th?
Wait. First off, there's an entire cultural machine that has lied. There is an entire cultural.
Real time. That's it.
What?
That's why conservatives deserve absolutely.
This is it. It's like, but obviously now they're even more emboldened. So it's like, this has to stop.
Police officers' heads is a crime?
I don't think it's no longer a relevant conversation anymore. You're arguing. No, it's not, because you know what? Okay, have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes,
BLM protests. Have you seen? Okay,
BLM.
I myself have been involved in these protests. I've seen egregious things that you couldn't even imagine.
So we have no
done to
rules then?
conservatives.
Things that you couldn't even imagine in a protest in the United States? Like what? Like there are videos online of cartel members cutting organs out of people that are still alive. Like what are these things that you couldn't even imagine in U.S. protest? What are we talking about?
It's not about that. It's about tribal warfare. Okay. That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the U.K. You're from India, so I don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
I'm an American
you have
citizen.
your own states.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how you got that, but fair enough. Here's the thing.
Are you an American citizen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Not sure how you got that. Okay.
Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake in the claim here. Okay.
But you're
a little different.
But you're a
than yours.
descendant of immigrants, settlers,
I didn't know.
colonialists.
Yeah,
you
colonials.
You don't look
yeah.
very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about? Whites are Native Americans.
Really?
I think
what was happening before the 1500s?
I think you're getting confused with it.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting.
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that came here from
Do you know what
Asia.
indigenous means?
Listen, before
indigenous people can't come from somewhere else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It means they came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he an American?
I genuinely don't care. Yes, he is. So my point is,
above all,
he very easily quickly bought that. Yes, he is. Remember, okay, so this is one of the times when that nuance that I'll point out comes out is the new MAGA people, okay? They're not racist, they're xenophobic. And there's a lot of overlap sometimes, but in one of the areas where you don't see the racism quite as much is when it comes to black people. Because a lot of these people they either don't attack black people or they'll sometimes even defend black people as being like, oh no, well that's part of America. Yeah, they were slaves and they came over here as Americans, but they have a special type of disdain for other foreigners that aren't necessarily, like black. Like they might hate Africans or especially like Indians or anything like that, especially over the Asian think Indians. But it's a lot of this is like a more fleshed out xenophobic ideology than just a racist one.
my point is, okay?
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these people are criminals.
I'm trying to stay on
literally sat down and asked me where I'm from. I think you
I
derailed
think
this
you got
conversation.
offended by that, but I'm
not offended. I'm just wondering what it has to do with crime.
Curious.
We're going to talk about immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime.
I just got a round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm
Is this
doing
how
as
you
bad
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That must make you feel good.
You know what? I'm
20 people
glad
agree with you. Applauded you.
I'm outraged right now. This is great.
I love it.
Do I have to say anything at this point, or are you just going to keep going?
Please, make your claim.
My claim is that I don't care if it's pro-crime. You want to go back to the topic of
That's
conversation?
fine, we agree then. He's pro-crime.
But I have a question for.
Is there any validity to the argument that Native Americans weren't native to America because the idea that it didn't exist when Indians inhabited the continent? Actually, I think that there is some validity to that. I think that the whole figuring out who's native is incredibly fucking stupid. I just sometimes Mehdi won't get pushed on this here, but like this happens, for instance, with Israel-Palestine, right? When people say like, oh, history didn't start on October 7th, it's like, okay, well, when do you want to start the clock? Like 2005, when Hamas took over, or do you want to start it in 67 when Israel took the West Bank and the Gaza Strip and the Golan Heights? Do you want to start it in 48? When the Nakba happened, or do you want to start in 47 when the Palestinians tried to kill all the Jews, or do you want to start it in do you want to start it in the 1400s when the Ottoman Empire took over? Do you want to start it in the zero, whatever? I don't know, what year was it? 70 when the Romans like fucked over the Jewish people? Do you want to start at the Kingdom of Israel? Like you can always like play that game indefinitely. Arguing over who's more indigenous or like when do you start the clock, I feel is like really arbitrary and stupid, but that's why in the United States of America we don't define ourselves by who was indigenous to this territory, which was supposed to be a cool thing about the US, but
For you though, do you care on the opposite side of the spectrum?
Yes.
Do you care about law being administered to the opposite side of the spectrum?
I think anyone who assaults a police officer shouldn't be pardoned. I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9 Republican members of Congress who were convicted of crimes, and I don't think Joe Biden should commit. I don't think Democrats should pardon Democrats.
Fair.
Wait, who did Trump pardon? 9 members of Congress? What's that in reference to? Were these J6 related charges, or did they become members of Congress, or what was the?
I don't think you understand where we are in the U.S. I think I do. No, because you're.
You got to respect how quick Mehdi just reacts in the most calm and collected manner. British journalists have like this talent for eviscerating people, and I think that's where his background is like journalism in Britain, right? Pierce is pretty good at it as well. A lot of them are really good at this.
I don't think
Democrats should pardon Democrats.
Fair, but I don't think you understand where we are in the U.S. I
think I do.
No, because you're arguing for the position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore. Okay. We're headed towards
nihilism. No laws, nothing matters.
It's not about
Everyone's pro-crime.
It's not about that. It's that conservatives for too long have been playing it safe. They've been playing by the law. They've been playing by the law. Yes, they have.
Maybe you missed the Bush presidency. Did you live here during the Bush years?
Conservatives are
didn't play by the law, George W. Bush. What did Ronald Reagan?
Let's be respectful to you. I'm not sure you've been that respectful, but okay. I'm trying to bring it back, so let's both bring it back, okay? I'm conservative, okay?
Really?
The British education system is just so much better. I mean, like, the U.S. education system is okay. The problem here is not a matter of education. The problem here is a matter of politics and political, like, sludge that's just infecting every part of every facet of American life. Like, everything's infected with politics. And our education system has become increasingly so. But the issue is not one of, like, fundamentally the U.S. education system is just completely broken. Like, it has issues for sure. But the issue related to all of this is not one that can be fixed with the education system. This has to come from without. This is a political problem right now.
Let me tell you this. We do play it too safe. We've been playing it by the book for too long. At this point, gloves are off, right? The left has made their point. They're willing to
the police force in Washington, the left.
Like, do you see this perception? Like, a lot of Republicans, my mom would agree with this 100%, right? Conservatives have been fighting with one hand tied behind their back, and now we need to finally step up and do something. It's like, well, excuse me. What about Ken Starr and the whole Clinton-Monica Lewinsky thing? That was you guys digging for dirt for half a decade to find something this guy away with. What about the whole Hillary Clinton emails thing? What about the whole blocking Barack Obama from having the fucking Supreme Court judge that he is, you know, has a right to? What about, I was like Warren Kerry. Gore was the one who gave up the election early to Bush because of the Florida Supreme Court shenaniganery. It was the federal Supreme Court shenaniganery. Like McConnell saying that he would block every single piece of legislation that came out of the Obama White House. That at what point were conservatives playing nice? Like, when did this ever happen? Ever? What? What are we talking about here?
Yes! Are you kidding me? The left? Are you
police
insane?
Officers?
Look at LA right here. Do you think those stand down?
You think the LAPD are a bunch of liberal Marxists?
No, but I think they listen to liberal Marxists who tell them what to do. I think they listen to who signed their paycheck.
If Dems got in office in 2020 and got a trifecta, what do you think they should do to contribute extremism? Start jailing all these fucking people, and then get ready for get your Guy Fawkes mask out. My FBI agent that's so lucky, and I love you, and I'm not saying for any violent or anything, only self-defense. But I think you should just push it. And if that's the direction we want to go, then it's going to happen anyway, and you might as well have it on our terms. Because I mean, like, at this point, like, this is not sustainable. You can't continue on like this. This doesn't work. This back and forth doesn't work. In a narcissistic way, like the way that I have to deal politically with stuff is a microcosm of the whole political system, right? Where I'm gonna be on a panel with 20 people screaming at me, like, why are you so mean to conservatives sometimes? Like, you just need to be just a little bit nicer. And you're seeing the same thing play out right here. Like, why can't liberals just have a little bit more goodwill towards conservatives? Bro, Biden was the ultimate cuck. And I respect him for it. I don't mean cuck disparagingly. Like, I think Biden did a really good job at trying his best to be a president for all of America, to do bipartisan support for big legislation, to not attack MAGA constantly. And we got nothing for it. We get zero credit for it. Absolutely nothing at all. Like, the fact that Trump was elected a second time is just like, what the fuck? What's going on here? Like, let's just fucking, whatever we have to do, like, let's just push to that, whatever big confrontation needs to happen, fuck it.
No, but